Oh shit, people, we're fucking live. I can't handle this, man. I can't fucking handle it. Can you handle it? Can you handle being this fucking live? I can't handle being this fucking live. All right, here's a little tune. Here's a little. This is before the coffee, people. What is going on? I just had a great day yesterday. Tell you all about it. Here's a little tune. It means some things to me, but hopefully it'll mean a different thing to you. Okay. Oh, shit. I guess I should explain it a little bit. By the way, this is the VeganSteven podcast, the number one VeganSteven podcast. Is the number one podcast of being VeganSteven. Can you believe it? We're on episode 6. This is available, hopefully in the next 48 hours, on iTunes. Everybody listen to fucking podcasts. HD quality. If you thought the YouTube quality was good, check out the fucking Instagram quality. And by that I mean YouTube quality. Okay, listen. I'm just gonna get into it. This is a song about when you get kind of annoyed. I was looking up the top most influential people there, and I'll get into it. And some people near the top, I was kind of like, different people's perspective on reality kind of frustrates me. But you know what? That's just part of being human. Like, everyone thinks they're fucking right, regardless of what they believe. People put in very little effort into what they believe, but they put a lot of effort into, like, standing for what they believe. Like, they will not. Okay, listen. We're just going to go for it. This has a little vegan thing on it, so as I always say, if you don't like the vegan lyric, just sing over it with something like, I want a new Ferrari or whatever the fuck you're into. This podcast for fucking everyone. Even if you're not into the whole veganism thing, I hope you're into fucking following your dreams. And for me, veganism was part of following my dreams. Okay. Other perspectives are so frustrating. Can't we get along? You keep talking when I'm talking. This feels like bullying, and I fucking hate it. Ooh, stupidity. And the abattoir. This is the number one vegan lunchtime podcast. It's not even at lunchtime. All right, but it's fucking live. All right. Listen. I think I have to read out the old legal disclaimer. Okay, here we go. This is a fictional podcast and all the rest of it because people love suing people, and I love giving out about rich people in power. So it's only a matter of time before I get sued the fuck out of it. So I don't know how legally binding this is, but maybe someone can send me in a contract saying just like, I just send around a contract to everyone in the world and it just says, don't sue VeganSteven, and there's that sign below it. But in the meantime, I'm just going to read this out because this is a parody of a podcast. And not only that, I'm a fictional character. Oh my God. I'm a fictional. I don't exist. Okay, here we go. Okay. Listen, this is fucking serious. All characters and events in this show, even those based on real life, that's me, are entirely fictional. Oh no, I don't exist. All celebrity voices are impersonated. So when I had Pamela Anderson on last week, I was only pulling your leg. Impersonated poorly. The following program contains coarse language, and due to its content, it should not be viewed by anyone or listened to. All right, so that's the legal bit out of the way. On each podcast, some little things I'm hoping to touch on is either a book review or a film review of something that I feel was very influential in my life and pushing me towards my goals. And when I talk about me, I talk about us, because there's very little genetically in between you and me and your brother and sister or whatever, between even humans and apes, and we can keep fucking going and keep going and keep going. A lot of it is just about how you think about things, how you organize your time, not listening, like having a clear fucking focused vision. For example, nearly everyone in my life is saying, listen, you got to stop fucking around with this podcast. You could be getting a job earning fucking a sweet few bob each hour. And instead, what are you doing? You're trying to fucking help people. You get no thanks for that. You're trying to fucking veganism. No one wants to be vegan. All this shit. If you listen to other people's negative shit, you're not going to do what you want to do. Instead, I have to be careful. I have informed everyone around me that I completely respect and love them as a person and all the rest of it. But if they have negativity regarding my work, that is fine, and they can talk about it amongst themselves, and that's great. But at this critical stage for these next few months or whatever, I just want to not be surrounded by that, because I've so much doubts. We all have our own doubts in our own head, and if someone else is going, oh, but you're wasting your time or something, I'll just be like, oh, fuck, maybe I am. Because that's how advertising and brainwashing works. And by the way, it's completely legal to brainwash people. Isn't that fucking insane? Because that's how advertising works. And listen, advertising can be used good ways as well. It's just a little bit scary sometimes. It's a scary world. All right, I'm just going to do a quick little check because I'm doing this by myself, babies and gentlemen. And I said, ladies. I've been studying. The thing about life is, right, you got to adapt to the situation. You can't be fucking, you can't just be like, listen, I only want to fucking do this, and I'm going to stick rigidly to that. Maybe you want to you'll still get to that goal, but you got to go a different way around it. For example, I'm getting into the music business by going through, showing my personality through podcasts, having my own clothing line, involving myself and being involved in an influential community, which is the vegan community, another community which is people that want to fucking, I'm involving myself in and helping push forward. I'm adding value to something that is positive in people's lives. I'm not being some kind of leech, some fucking just, I'm gonna say charity. I'm not going like, oh please, I'm really whatever. People will be dying to give me their money. They'll just be like, please, I want to buy the last hat. And I'll be like, listen, it's already promised someone else. Like, there's nothing I can do. I know I really want this hat that says vegan pop on it, because now you believe in that and that represents a part of who you are. But whatever. What I'm saying is, my product is going to be so fucking shit hot that people want it. It's not going to be like, oh, please, I worked really hard on this CD. I know you won't enjoy listening to it, but would you just take it? I have full consideration for other people's emotions and so on. Okay, listen, I'm talking about myself. We're going to keep moving. So I'm hopefully going to do a book review and so on. A little book review. I've already done one on The Joker, because that was related to mental health. I've done one on Sun Tzu, The Art of War, because I feel that helps people just get going and not waiting for perfection. I've done one on Feel the Fear and Do It Anyway, which is an amazing book on how everyone just has fucking anxiety, and you just have to realize that's fucking normal to be afraid, and not don't just fucking stay in bed and hide. Although it's fucking easy to do. I wouldn't mind being in bed having big sleep myself right now. But you got to go out there, do the scary shit, have a live podcast where you could ruin your life at any second just by saying you don't like something. All right, man. I nearly started. I was looking at this list. Oh, I'm gonna have to say this in a very controversial way, but I was looking at the top 100 list of. I wanted to look up the top 100 because top 100 list of most inspiring people in the world, right? And I saw the first few, and I wanted to make a joke, being like, "Oh, I went to school with that that really influential person. And some people are so uptight about that person that I don't know if my fucking laptop will get bombed or whatever. It's kind of like that whole Scientology thing. I'm gonna wait a little while before I say anything about Scientology. I just gotta make sure my security's up. My security team have the day off today, so I gotta pick my battles, and I'm gonna stay super politically correct, squeaky clean, family friendly, because it's the smart thing to do right now. And if I just start going right now, I won't have any power. So I'm gonna organize myself just under the radar, just see how it goes. All right. So okay. I wanted to look at most inspiring people, and instead I got most influential people. I was like, this is not really what I wanted, because I'd love to dedicate each episode to an inspiring person, even if they don't inspire everyone across the board or me. For example, I think I watched 6 hours of a documentary yesterday over the last 2 days on Walt Disney, and everyone knows like Disney's an evil corporation, but the guy did absolutely fucking amazing shit. He moved fucking mountains with his mind, and he convinced other people to help him move mountains, which is another thing. That's inspiring other people. That's getting your ideas outside your head and out into the real world. Fucking amazing. Absolutely amazing. And he gave a lot about... I'm going to answer a question from one of my listeners. They contacted me. Sorry, I just got to make sure all the technical stuff's running. And they were asking me... they were saying something along the lines of, I hope everyone will forgive me for my paraphrasing, but they were saying like, listen, you know a thing or two about recording, like you should totally talk about recording on the podcast. And I said, okay, cool. Like what? It's got to obviously have like a spin of like follow your dreams or whatever on it to make it relevant. But you know what? I think I'm very passionate about it, so I think that's how I'm gonna make this relevant to this podcast. So they asked me a question. I'm kind of unsure whether to mention this person's name, because they are really big in the poetry community. They're a published poet, and they're fucking unreal at what they do. So maybe I'll mention it at the end, and you can, or maybe you can guess who it is. I don't know. Or maybe they might comment below, or so. I don't know. Sure, we'll find. Maybe it's a little bit of mystery is good. I guess we'll find out in time who I'm talking about. Unreal poet, fucking unreal. Stands up for mental health, all the rest of it. Oh god! And they're asking me, fucking, how do you make an album? All right, they want to record an album. A lot of people want to record an album, and they want to record it for nothing, and they want it to sound fucking good. All right. And I can relate to this so much because I spent, making up some numbers here, is 10 years. I started off recording on the family computer when I was maybe 15. I was just like, oh, here's a chord. This note sounds good with that. Oh man, I have a song. And if I say something like on the top of like, I don't like doing homework, and I play this note every so often, I don't like doing homework, or whatever you're into. So we're going to talk about the question. As far as I can remember, I was going to answer it in 2 ways. So the first one is, I have a average working, this is how much a lot of people have this, like of their people who are working have this much disposable income to put towards something that they really want to do. So they said something maybe like between 200 and 300 euro would be like the nice little nest egg that someone would have to do something, whether it's like go on a holiday or whatever. So listen, I'm gonna try and make this general. Okay, so here's how. First of all, I don't know. There's so many ways I want to talk about this, because Dr. Dre says that if you're creating a product, you gotta. He's one of the richest guys in the world right now. He did beats and all that and sold out for a few bill, and he also has some unreal music. but he didn't make much money off the music. He makes a lot of his money off the headphones. He says you got to spend 1/3 of your budget making the product and 2/3 of your budget promoting the product. Okay, so that's very fucking important. So I'm not good at math. Let's say you have €200. I'm really bad at maths. Let's just break it. Let's say you have, I don't know, I can't make up the numbers. I'm gonna have to say thirds. And okay, so you have 1/3. Let's say you got €75. I don't know how much fucking third of 200 is. You got a few euro, all right? So basically, there's two ways you can do it. You can either do it by yourself on your laptop and sing into, you got to use, if you want to make it sound professional, you can't be fucking around using your mates or whatever. You got to use drum loops. That will keep you in time. You can get them off YouTube. 120 is a good tempo. You got to use synth samples, and it'll just make everything sound super fucking polished and shit. You know what I mean? Like people will be like, "Oh fuck, is that a song on the radio?" The next thing you need to do is, if you have something like a Zoom recorder, a portable recorder, you got to use that as your audio interface. So you'll plug that in via USB into your laptop, and sometimes they have a microphone on it which you can use, and you can sing into that. You want to get quite close to the microphone, and maybe put a little bit of tissue in front of the microphone just to get rid of those big blasts of air that happen with the B's and P's. I'm so much more interested in the philosophy side. Like I can list off every microphone that is popular to use, S57, Newman, all the rest of it, compressors. But right now, okay, download a software that's free called Reaper. The plugins you want to use are a gate, and a gate will just, anytime you're not singing, it'll just turn off the volume. You want to use a compressor and a limiter. When you're going wah and woo, it'll just keep the volume consistent, and it'll make you sound like you're a fucking pro and you're just talking at this consistent volume instead of like, I fell in love, or that's different tones, but hopefully you get the idea. So you want a gate which will turn off. These are all free things that come with Reaper. You got to go into preferences or whatever, say that you want to use either a sound card on your laptop or whatever. Put reverb on get as close as you can to the microphone, maybe with this close. That a big thing is if it starts clipping or distorting, move back from the microphone, and use a tiny little bit of reverb. Just make your I don't know. Say if it's at 100% and that sounds like the perfect amount of reverb, that's like echo. Dial it back a little bit, because professionalism is about subtlety. If you look at big brands, they got a lovely fucking cap with a tiny little logo, and people are like, "Oh fuck, that is tasteful." Not like a big logo the whole way around with flashing lights, and people, "Oh Jesus." You know what I mean? A lot of professionalism is about subtlety. So drum loops, atmospheric pads. If you can afford a little or borrow a little MIDI keyboard to play little things, that's great. If you decide that you want to take it to the next level, rather than recording those little mics that you get for your webcam and all that, I've recorded albums on that, man. It sounded fucking shit. And you get this noise in the back there that goes like. So if you want that to go away, you're gonna have to buy a little secondhand sound card, maybe one by M Audio, and so on. You can get them for, I don't know, €50. What's a one channel thing that has one input? Okay. You do not have to spend much money. We're trying to only spend like €75 here. Use your headphones. Use your if you can, ideally what you do is you would buy the little sound card, a little cheap one that costs fucking nothing, right? Has one little microphone input. Borrow a microphone. The microphone you need to borrow is an SM58. It's the most used microphone in the world for live. You got to get right up into it and talk to it like this. Because otherwise it's going to be too much background noise. Again, the gate in your plugin option will turn off the microphone anytime you're not singing, so it'll make it sound super polished. Now, I know what you're thinking. You're saying, I don't want to use samples. I want to be authentic. I want to just record my band the way they are. And that is cool. Your quality will drop dramatically. But I'm totally with you. You won't be getting in the charts with it, to be honest. If you're just recording one mic, I've recorded many, like back in the old days, they used to have one microphone. All the musicians in the room, the singer goes closest to the microphone and goes, I love going on walks on Sunday morning. This recording is costing me loads of money. And then they have the drummer at the back of the room because he has to be a bit more in the background. He has a little bit more reverb. So you can do it all one mic. Live takes. I'd recommend doing a live take, really. Because multi-tracking is just kind of fucking, it's going to be a fucking mess with latency. So, all right, if you're just one person in your room with guitar, get your microphone lead, stick it into your recorder. Get your guitar lead, stick it into your recorder. And then afterwards, use an amp simulator to replicate an amp. Sure, it won't sound great, but we're doing this for fucking €70 in the space of 2 weekends. All right. So that's how to do it yourself. And you can look up mastering software, which will bring the volume up for free. You want your volume to be, this is where it starts going red. You want it to be dancing right around here. And a limiter just as a plug-in use compressor, just to go, no, stay down there. And it'll make it sound really loud and professional using a limiter or a compressor. And you can also Google like free mastering software and that'll come up. Okay, so that's how to do it by yourself, which I do not recommend. I've done it. The audio quality is fucking shocking because you don't know what the fuck you're doing. The best way to do this is convince your friend to do it and say that you will give them 20% of the profits, or else after 1,000 copies, you will give them 20% of the profits, or else that you will do free advertise. You will credit their recording studio in the bottom. This is just some guy in their bedroom, your mate or whatever, and they like it'll sound. The most important thing is the vocal. Okay, ask them to just have 2 tracks for you, the vocal and everything else on a different track. The only thing you want to do, you want to make sure the vocal is loud and the backing track is low. All right? You need to be able to hear every fucking word in the vocal if you want people to be able to relate to it and so on. You don't want to be fucking, I don't know. All right? I don't think you can get away with shit recordings. People know. But you can make it your style. You can be like, fucking... this is my sound, to have fucking loads of reverb and have a shit vocal mic with really nice polished sample drums and a really nice digital guitar thing. Now, if you really want to, if you have a guitar amp, you can use that same SM58 microphone and stick it right up to the front of that guitar amp. Again, make sure it's not clipping, not going red. I love clipping, by the way, but we won't get into that. You want to play it safe, make sure it doesn't go red. So, a little recap. If you can, get your friend to do it. You don't want to be spending any fucking money. You don't want to spend 3 months fucking learn how to record. Get your fucking friend to do it. If you want to do it and spend 6 months down the perfectionism rabbit hole, never release your album, or else, I don't know. But get your friend to do it. And if you can, if you're feeling real good, get 3 friends to do it separately and then pick the best of all of them. And then, I think for €50 you can send it off to mastering house or something. But basically, you're going to have to use your head here. You're going to have to get out of your own shyness and try to interact with people. Because, yeah, you can do me and spend 10 years learning how to do music and stuff and being the best recording, having an amazing, like knowing all the ins and outs and stuff. But you're going to be waiting 10 years for that. You don't want to do that. You want to collaborate with people like Walt Disney to create a bigger image bigger than yourself and your dreams. And one more way which I would recommend doing an album. This is how I did my first album that I was really happy with. All right. Here's what you got to do. I know I keep changing the fucking subject, but a lot of it is about emotion and all the rest of it. So here's what you do. You lock yourself in a room with your guitar and your voice. I don't know what you have going. I'm just assuming it's just an acoustic guitar or something. And you record you singing it, video and everything, right? I love recording. And then you listen back to it and be like, right, the guitar was too loud there, so I'll turn the guitar down. Voice sounds a little bit too sharp and brittle, so maybe I'll try singing this way, so I sing into the room and I get more reverb, get more of the room sound, as opposed to being like right up in the listener's ears. Do you know what I mean? So I'm gonna move away from the mic. So I'd recommend doing that. Just doing a live fucking recording, an actual performance of it. And if you have balls, do it on your phone, so you have a video of it and you can send that fucking video around to everyone. Because who wants to fucking listen to a fucking album of someone they've never really heard of? Some people, but not someone's dad. I don't know. But if you can have some lovely lights going on in the background, and just record you, like, have some nice fairy lights and just be like, I'm really fucking into this. I'm wearing my hair is looking clean. I'm looking like I'm enjoying life. All this stuff. And then put the rest of your budget, your 2/3 of your budget, into promoting that single, that performance. Again, you don't have to spend that money on promote. You could spend 2 months learning how to be an absolute badass on Instagram and other places like I have. But we're trying to get this done in 2 weekends. All right. So try to look up the best way to fucking. You got to have your Instagram going. TikTok's going to be the new thing in a few years. We're all going to be hearing about TikTok. Snapchat's already on the way out, and so on. So yeah, really, you got to put all your money into branding and having a cohesive image. I know the person who's asking this has really fucking strong branding and has a fan base already, so that's fucking amazing. I really love what the person I'm talking to is doing, and they're playing all around. They're playing all around Ireland right now. Their initials are NHC. And maybe they'll comment below if they want to give their bits away. One more thing, which was I really want to thank this person for telling me. This person helped get me inspired to this Walt Disney guy, and they said the most amazing thing about this Walt Disney guy. They said I can't remember. It was for one of the attractions, like Snow White or something like that. And for the attraction, they had to have like 1,000 cats. I kind of want to get out the text and read out what they said because it was fucking amazing. They said something like they got all these cats for one of the attractions in Disneyland, and their team was like, listen, we got to kill all these cats because fucking we got to kill all the cats because health and safety or whatever, because he just wanted them for himself to. Okay, here we go. Okay, I'm gonna read this out. So, okay, it says something like this. My favorite fact about him was that when he wanted to put on an attraction in Sleeping Beauty Castle in Disneyland, he found like a zillion stray cats. His executives had a plan to get them all put down, but he had all of them, like over 100, defleed, vaccinated, and groomed, and let them live in the park as pest control. How fucking cool is that? The park still has a gang of cats to keep the mice out, apart from Mickey and Minnie, which I thought was really funny. And they have their own Instagram account. It's fucking grass. There are some not so nice facts about him, but that's one of the nice ones. So yeah, Walt Disney did some awful stuff, but he also did one or two little things which are amazing. Man, if you're trying to take over the world, man, you're gonna piss off a lot of people. A lot of people are like, hey man, why don't you drink milk like us? You're interfering with our fucking our identity as... Okay, listen, I gotta not alienate people. Okay, so that was how to record. Hello to everyone on Instagram. I'm just gonna read out some names because I really appreciate you taking part. Let's see, we got So Smash, Erica Fallon. I'm so sorry I'm forgetting your names wrong. Morchine, Ed Delunzo, Marley Bum 27, Smurf 97, and many more. I don't have time to read out everyone's name. I'm sorry. Okay, we're half an hour into this podcast. It is fucking lit. It is the #1 vegan lunchtime podcast that's out every day. I was out with this one reason. I have a photo shoot today with an amazing, he's a fashion photographer. I know what you're thinking. What am I doing with a fashion photographer? But do you know what? If you want to be the best at what you do, you have to involve the best #1 people in what you do, because you're not fucking around, man. I'm not here to waste people's time. I'm here to fucking take over. I'm here to fucking push what I believe into the forefront of society. Positive veganism, positive mental health. The mental health system in Ireland is fucking... It tests my patience, and I've heard so many rumors. Who knows what's true? Who knows what's not true? But I had to bring this guy on top of my team. I had to fucking headhunt this man. He's a fashion photographer, because I'm taking this very seriously. I'm ethical clothes, all the rest of it. I don't know where they're going to be made yet, or even if I'm going to have to bend that ethical line at the start just to get things moving. Like maybe I'll have to get them made in Bangladesh. And I can't afford to go over to Bangladesh or wherever this fucking place is and inspect the factories. At this stage, like, I will work towards having the most ethical product, recycled and everything. But I think just to get things moving and to create some revenue for the company so I can afford to hire the absolute best people of their fields, like the best fucking publicist in fucking Europe, the best fucking everyone. I need revenue coming in, and as I said, I'm not charging for my music. I'm hopefully, I don't know what the deal is with live shows. I'm doing a house party tour, which is where I show up with just fucking myself and an iPod, and I fucking perform my fucking ass off. I'll have a team of security with me. Someone some of my people recording my performance, but it's literally just gonna be like an average lad showing up. You got, sure, I'll have like 1 or 2 security lads just in case fucking shit goes down, but because I'm a wild performer, man, I'll be doing some mad shit. Like, you can just if there's one thing, I'm not predictable. I'm a loose fucking cannon, man. You can tell this fucking live podcast, anything can happen. Because that's what keeps things interesting. If I was here being like, I'm gonna read the news, you can get the news fucking anywhere, man. If you want to get the news, you can just type into Google and get it. What you're getting is entertainment. You thought it was news. You're getting entertainment. Okay, we're gonna keep moving. Inspirational people. My inspirational person of the day is Walt Disney. We're going to go look at some other inspirational people. I can't think off the top of my head of a book review or anything, so my review is Walt Disney. He did some amazing stuff for one person. Head of an evil corporation. They did do some absolutely horrible stuff, but he started the shit off. You gotta make a lot of mistakes when you're the innovator and the first in your field. Okay, here we go. World news. What's going on? Trump impeachment. Man, I've been hearing about this Trump lad. Right? And every time there's this lad called, his name's not Gordon Bennett, but he's big into the whole fucking Brexit deal. Some blonde lad, anyway. Boris Johnson or something. And the newspaper's always like, oh, they're gonna get him kicked out. And every time I look at the newspaper, it's like, does the news fucking mean anything? Like, it feels like they're predicting the world it's gonna end. And do you know, if you're in one of those religious cults, I've been in many, and they're like, yeah, the world's gonna end there on Halloween, and then Halloween's coming around, and it looks like everything's all right, and they're like, oh no, fuck, we meant Halloween 2020, not 2019. And you're like, oh my gee. And they just keep making this shit up as they go along. I don't know. For me, the news just... I think a lot of it has to do with... I'm only taking it on face value because I've not invested any time and have no intention of ever investing any time with the news. I'm gonna, I'll have one of the best news correspondents in the world give me that information if it's necessary, but I think it's more entertaining if I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about, because I think it's too easy to take life seriously, you know. I'm all about just fucking doing it. Okay. Oh my god, these are some very big words to say. Greta Thunberg turns down Green Award over neurotic bragging. Sky News. Sky News are for the... Oh, you can't see if I'm winking here. Sky News are all about the people, man. They're not about profits or anything. But you know what? You have to be about profits and so... Jesus. I don't know what this deal is about this Greta Thunberg person, but she looks annoyed. I don't know what's going on here. That's the thing that they always do with fucking feminism and stuff. That when it's on the news, they always just get like somebody looks really fucking angry, like instead of just getting someone who's like, oh yeah, feminism's really cool, because you know, they always just get someone who's like out of their fucking mind with passion. I don't know. Sometimes the media can play with your heart a little. All right, here we go. Jesus. While thanking the council for a huge honor, she said that the climate movement does not need any more awards. I don't know. Is she talking about... I don't know what the fuck she's on about. Is she on about helping... All right, we're just going to move on. If she stays in the news, she's standing behind Trump for some reason. I think she might have gotten an award or something. Okay. Nordic Council Environment Prize. Okay. So someone offered a Swedish campaigner. So it looks like she's been campaigning on Instagram. Someone wanted to give her an award, and she's like, no, I don't want an award, which is a very good publicity stunt. Anyway, here we go. Vegan news. Oh my fuck. Vegan news. What will the vegans do next? They're off their heads. United Airlines launches vegan in-flight menu. Oh my Jesus. Vegan in-flight. I've been to so many restaurants and like, yeah, we serve vegan, and it's just fucking rice with a few raw carrots fucked on top. And I'm like, oh, do you have any sauce or anything for this? And they're just like, yeah, there's salt on the table. And you're like, oh my Jesus. Oh my God. This is the vegan option. Just a lot of fucking rice and salt and fucking raw carrot fucked on top. Like, sometimes the vegan option, you ring ahead and you're like, oh yeah, I want the vegan option. Like, yeah, no bother, I got the vegan option. You show up, it's like a fucking tomato with 2 chips stuck in it. And they're like, yeah, this is it. And you end up having to order the vegan option like fucking 6 times just to try and fill up. Anyway. It's fine. It's fine. We're all doing our best. Okay. Let's see. So, whoever the fuck United Airlines are, they're loving that they're so they're so woke, man. They're so woke that they're offering vegans fucking vegan rice, man. Thank fuck for United fucking Airlines. Anyway, sorry, I'm a bit moody. BBC blasted over wild and unsubstantiated negative claims about veganism. This annoys me so much. All right, I'm just messing around. I'm gonna open that link. Oh, joppers. The health benefits to being vegan is fucking silly. Apparently, you're only 4% likely to getting like heart problems, like heart disease and shit. And I think if you're a mediator, it's like fucking insane, like 50-something% likely to. It's fucking mad. The hell, it just seems like when I don't know. I'm having troubles finding anything wrong with veganism, apart from it being fucking awkward and everyone saying it's silly. I don't know. Anyway, sure. Listen, remember I'm fucking biased, so you keep doing you and oh jeez. But yeah, it's important to be kind of slightly critical of anyone. So anyway, sure. Look, VBC blasted over blah 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 nutrition. Just has a lot of people complaining and a lot of pictures of avocados. Wild, unsubstantiated claims. Who's the Steven lad, man? He can't even fucking read. Who do you think he is having his own podcast? All right, here we are. This is called having fucking balls, man, all right? If you can have a podcast and read in public when you can't fucking read, that's called fucking balls. And having everyone fucking make fun of you because you can't fucking read. All right, we're moving on. Sorry. Where's the positivity? All right, here we go. Trending today. Irish news. Okay. 2019, Armagh and All Stars. All right, I think we're getting distracted. We're going to keep moving. Irish news, The Sun, headlines. Oh, hang on. Stephen, he's my cousin. Stephen Scullion is the first Irish runner to cross the line at... Yeah. Man charged over deaths of 39 people. Yeah, we've been following that. Galway lights up with spooky festivities. Maracan's Halloween parade. Okay. So, Ireland's happening. Okay, trending. What have we got on today? BIGIL movie. I'm just guessing it's a Hindi movie by the look of it. I have no idea what it actually is. So some movie trending, some Hindi movie possibly trending. Oh, yeah. Sure, fucking we'll keep it moving. Right, most influential people in the world. I mentioned this before because I wanted to find most inspiring. That's why I typed into Google. Most inspiring people, not influential. Okay. Most influential people. Can I not just have inspiring? I have to have influential. Okay. I know it's just one word, but it's kind of important to me. Okay. Most influential people in the world. Let's have a little look at the top 10. Muhammad. I think I'm legally not allowed to say anything about that. Isaac Newton. British mathematician. Jesus Christ. Turns out he's not a fictional character. He's actually a spiritual teacher. Christianity. Yeah. All right. Buddha. Spiritual teacher. I hear he has one or two things all right. Things to say. Who knows? Oh, geez. Confucius. That sounds good. Chinese philosopher. I'll have to check him out. I don't know who he is. I think I might be mispronouncing his name. St. Paul. Christian missionary. Main writers of the New Testament. Okay. I kind of grew up under this whole kind of Christian thing, so that's why I find it extra lol. Tassoum Loon, inventor of paper. Yeah, it's fucking good, man. John Johannesburg, inventing of the printing press. Christopher Columbus, Italian explorer who landed. Jesus, I've heard some stuff about him. Albert Einstein. Jeez, they forgot a good few lads. All right. Jeez, Albert Einstein was German, but he's also a U.S. scientist. How does that work? Okay, that's great. All right, so that's all the little bits and bobs that we gotta do. All right, so just to stay on track, I'm just gonna have a little look up on. There's a lot of shit I was going to talk about today. Yeah, I have a book review here, but maybe I'll talk about that tomorrow. So I'm just going to stay on track a little bit and look up like how the fuck to record. How to record an album for free. All right. So, does anyone wants to make a? Oh Jesus! I actually did my when I was in college. I did my dissertation on how to record and vocal recording microphone techniques, and it was so fucking good. We had the producer from Radiohead wanted to mark my my dissertation, and some of my lecturers were even reading it and commenting like, "Oh, do you have any more tips on this or that?" Because I was kind of on a different level to people in the college as regards what I was into. They were way better at me at what they were into, you know, like classical music, studying Bach. I was really fucking kicking ass at what I was doing, and the thing I was doing was not on the course, so they couldn't really mark me for it and stuff. But basically, all right. Average cost of recording an album. In most cases, it takes 60 to 100 hours to finishing a product. Yeah, the thing about recording, like often when people come to me and they go, listen, I want to pay you fucking $2,000 to record my EP or whatever. Often I'm just like listen, man, you're gonna have to. You need a strong. If you want people to take you seriously, you're gonna have this fucking a strong fucking branding. You're gonna have to be consistent. You're gonna have to have a consistent music style. Like if you just want to make an album just for the fun of it or whatever, that's cool. But if you want to take this seriously, it's gonna take another thing. And then I just got like, listen, it's all over. If you want to come in here and record an album using the world's best microphones that anyone's ever had or whatever, and using my intellect on producing or whatever, you're gonna have to like take this seriously, because often they come in, right, and they don't have their lyrics finished, they can't sing, they're literally, I'll give it a go, which is fine, fair play to them. They don't have a clue what they're doing, which is fine. All right, but usually the first thing I have to do with them is I've spent an hour doing vocal warm-ups with them, going like, maybe this word right here, I'm noticing that you're not able to say it because of the word. You're trying to fit too many words in one sentence, and I should be like, let's make it simple. And so on. This is dealing with like younger people who don't really know, like, or people who haven't really been to the studio before. But the best thing you can do is practice singing. Practice singing. Do your vocal warm-ups every day, rather than hiring someone like me to fucking spend 2 days EQing your vocal, doing all this mad shit, just to make you sound okay. The communication which we are given to, the thing which our ears are most communicated to, is fucking the human voice. And that's why you'll notice that very big, some like people love cello and so on, because it goes across the same frequency range as the human voice, and on 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 and on, and you can pick up a human voice. You'll just be like, oh, there's someone talking there, because our brains neurologically or whatever are trained to as a survival mechanism to notice the human voice, because what we need to survive, you know. Man, I'd rather just be playing. I kind of just want to jam, but okay, here we go. Also, try giving your music away for free, maybe using it as a publicity tool. Because Because what a lot of people do in the music business is they're like, if you imagine going up to a fucking gorgeous woman and just saying, listen, you're fucking gorgeous. I want to buy you loads of things and tell you how beautiful you are all the time. Or not even that. Do you know what? Just going up to someone and going, listen, buy this. Buy this lighter. You go up to someone going, listen, buy this lighter. And they go, who are you? Like, what do you want? Instead of just going up to them and going, oh, hey, man, like, how you getting on today? And they go, oh, yeah, fucking whatever. And they go, geez, I just have, do you know, I've only one of these lighters left. Or whatever. Like, making it fucking interesting and developing a relationship with the people that you want to be involved in your product. Finding people who resonate with who really love lighters, who respect how high this flame is, and you're like, look at the craftsmanship on this. This is such high quality that you cannot refill it. I don't know. You just gotta be like, I fucking believe in this, man. This has the once in a lifetime serial number just for you. And I don't know. But you got to find out, like, are you interested? When's the last time you used a lighter? Are you in the market for a lighter? If they go, oh no, I got a lighter at home. I'm like, oh, cool. Do you have a Bic lighter? Do you know? I'd like. Could you have a go of like lighting your cigarette or whatever with this and just see how it feels and so on? I don't know. Musicians are fucking shit at sales, and I know that because I'm a musician and I'm awful at sales. But you have to build a relationship with your audience. You can't just go those annoying door-to-door salesmen. They're like, "Let me cut your grass," and you're like, I don't know. You have to believe in what you're doing, and that belief is contagious, baby. So yeah, basically, if you are the real fucking product, if you show up, if Celine Dion came in here and was just like, I'm Celine Dion, I'm fucking amazing, everyone would be like, that was fucking amazing. They wouldn't be like, listen, she sang into a shit mic, the video quality was awful, because she is so well rehearsed that she can just come in and sound fucking amazing, because she's been practicing her fucking vocals every day, she's been practicing her fucking stagecraft, and so on. Things to do with like recording and capturing the moment all day. Well, if you get a really good microphone, it's only going to capture every mistake that Celine Dion did better or whatever. That's one way of looking at it. I really love shitty equipment and distorted guitars, because you can be like and it sounds good through a distortion pedal, whereas if I do it acoustically it might sound a bit like, oh geez, he doesn't really know what he's doing there. All right, I think we only got 10 minutes left, so we got to wrap this up, people. This is the #1 vegan lunchtime podcast. There's an episode out once every, how you getting on? Teen C White, how you getting on? Hello to you as well. And we are only 7 minutes left. Okay, people, we are really running out of time here. And no, I cannot play you another song. All right. Let's see. I really want to involve you guys, okay? Because this is not just me. This is not just some lad in his fucking doing this. I'm doing this to inspire you guys to follow your dreams, because we all, do you know what? It's easy to get up. Oh God. So tired. It's easy to be really inspired by something for the first day and be like, yeah, I'm gonna shed that fucking 10 pounds. I'm not in for any of that fucking weight shit. Anytime someone loses weight, I lost 10 pounds, I'm always like, fucking hell, are you feeling okay? Like, what? Do you want a loan? Like, can I feed you or something? I don't know. To me, the idea of not eating is just painful. But that's just, I don't know. I'm not really obsessed with food. Other people have their own obsessions. I'm obsessed with music and positivity. Indian woman kills herself over dark, complex thoughts. Okay. I just read some very sad news with a lot of enthusiasm. Australian backpacker tax ruled illegally by court. Oh, yeah. That's, I think they're talking about tax exempt status, which is where if you don't stay in one country for longer than, I don't know, a month, a year, you can't be taxed in that country or something. Thai king fires royal guards for adultery as purges continue. Does that say adultery? Adultery. Jeez, the old Thai king is. All right, let's see what's going on. This ties into the whole mental health thing, the Indian things. Oh, Jesus. There's a load of pictures here to do with skincare. 21-year-old woman has allegedly, okay, that's my favorite word, allegedly, killed herself because constant harassment by her husband over her dark complexion, police said. Oh, Jesus. This is, I'm going to give my 2 bit of advice. It's just, if someone's telling you you're shit, spend time with someone else. All right? It takes a lot of positive energy. I think, what was it, fucking hell? Something like, it takes 9 times as much positivity to cancel out like 1% of negativity or something. It takes a lot of positivity to cancel out negativity. So if she has a fucking husband who's telling her she looks like fucking shit all the time about something she can't fucking change, like, it's who she fucking is. Obviously, like she could be under all sorts of things with the culture, you know, like fucking, she mightn't have even wanted to be with the lad. I don't know what her backstory is. But just for guys in general, like if someone's telling you you're not good, you gotta spend a little less time with that person. A little less time. Whether it's your housemate or whatever, just like, oh yeah, cool. And rather than just intaking all their negativity, just spend like a little 5 minutes, less maybe with that person, and maybe watch your favorite funny TV show or whatever you're into. Because it's just too easy, like, to get caught in a negative loop. A negative loop and negative vibes. Okay, we're still running out of time. We only got 2 minutes left. I think we have to do a recap of everything we talked about. How to make an album without record. Okay, recording an album with your computer. It says, as I said, the software to get is Reaper. It's free. You need a little sound card. Do you want to buy secondhand or do you want to buy new? Let's see. I'm big into buying cheap sound cards. You got to buy a sound card that is by a famous make. Otherwise, the computer won't always get along with it. Won't be updated. So don't buy some wacky ass. My favorite one is RME, but they cost like $2,000. So it's like, that's what I have, but stay away from that. Zoom recorders are very affordable. M Audio. Now, you got to be careful that it's M Audio, but it's not related to Pro Tools. Something that I can recommend is the Fast Track range by just because they're insanely cheap. M Audio Fast Track range, they're insanely cheap. Sure, the preamps are absolute shit on them, but it fucking won't fail. Do you know what I mean? There's a lovely little red one. I don't know. I saw, for example, there's one here that I think it's for €20 secondhand. It's in my kind of neighborhood where I live. Like, soon I could meet the lad. I was actually thinking about having it for this, getting it for this podcast. It has one input. It's called, was it Fast Track CM 600? It has one input for your guitar and one input for your microphone. A lot of people say use a condenser. Honestly, just get a 58. It'll do it for life. You'll use it on every guitar amp. You'll use it on every vocal. You'll have it for the rest of your life. You can use it for every fucking gig. I think the SM50 All right, all in budget wise, try buying a secondhand SM58. You got to be very careful that you don't buy one that's fake. So maybe, I don't know, try not to pay too much for it. I've met dodgy lads in car parks selling me SM58, man. I had to check if they're fake or not, man. It's like a fucking weird drug deal going on. There's a lot of fakes. Don't buy them off eBay. Yeah, so I don't support M audio, but oh god, it's fucking exhausting being trying to be politically correct all the time. All right, we're running out of energy. We're running out. Okay, it's bang on time. We're just gonna do a little bit of closing up. Remember, you're fucking kick ass. We didn't have time for the therapy session today, so you're gonna have to do that one by yourself. Tomorrow, possibly we'll have a book review on Rich Dad Poor Dad. Possibly talk about my morning routine, and I will take some more questions from the Instagram DMs and so on. All right, I really appreciate you listening. And this is episode 6. Keep rocking. I don't know if you could hear that scream. I think I just stepped on a tortoise. All right, goodbye. Vegan Steve, it's every day.